Well, howdy everyone. This is Carrie back from Family eBiz. This is going to be a fun workshop, training, whatever you want to call it. I'm excited to be able to be here today and share some ideas that I use in my own business. If you're joining us today, it's Christmas time around here, so you might be listening to this in July. You could still answer this question. Leave a comment and tell me what your favorite Christmas snack is or favorite Christmas treat is. So, favorite Christmas treat or snack, put it in the comments. We'll sort of look and I will try to scroll through the comments as we get started. Just let me know that you're here. We're going to get started immediately. We're going to talk today about freebies and which freebie should you offer and why. I was looking for my marker. For those who, oh, all right, so why most of you want to offer a freebie because you want to add people to your list. Actually, I just added about 3,000 people today to my homeschool list because I offered some things to another blogger and then I'm offering them a freebie, another freebie, just to be able to get going with us and so that they will buy into who I am. What kind of freebies do I offer? All right, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about the types of freebies, and there's a bunch, but I'm just going to talk about three today. And then how do you decide which one you should offer? All right, so number one, we'll go this way. Number one is a PDF. Okay, something that's printed. And I will say this is probably one of the easiest ones that you can actually offer. If you're just getting started, do a one pager, just one page checklist or one page worksheet or a one page, whatever it is that you want to give to your people. That's the easiest. The other thing you could do is if you have an ebook, you might give a sample chapter. I used to do that with my Christmas and no, actually with my leadership stuff. I would give a sample chapter of Raising Leaders, Not Followers. Another thing you could do is printables and or a workbook and you could give them the whole workbook or maybe you give them the chapter and then you upsell them the workbook, which all the questions and gets them going. So first thing you can do is a PDF. Super simple because it's all written. You just type it all out. Second one, a video. All right. And maybe not just one video, maybe a sample. Maybe you give them a mini course. I will tell you what I am doing right now. I am launching my leadership course in January. I have completely revamped it. I know I said that in the spring, but I mean, I'm telling you, this is going to be so much better. So I am creating a three-part mini course, and each one is a video. Now, I'll tell you why when we get to how to decide. But a video course would be good. Or maybe you need to demonstrate something. Like one thing I love to do with my homeschool moms is to actually demonstrate. It's Christmas. I'm doing homeschool through the holidays. And so I can actually get online and demonstrate how to make Christmas trees out of ice cream cones. I do this a lot when I'm with my grandkids. Last month I was in Dallas and we did dancing popcorn and popcorn with Thanksgiving. And my 2-year old granddaughter was right there with me. Another thing, when my other granddaughters are there, they got the drill down. My 7-year old's like, you can't announce yourself as Carrie Back. You need to announce yourself as Gigi. So I announce myself as Gigi. But videos are an easy way if you're used to that. Okay, so there's another one. And then the third one I'm going to talk about, which is one of the new ways, and it's something sort of new, is a quiz. And these are quizzes that you would use a specific software and they answer 3 or 4 questions and then they get the results. To get the results, they have to go to their email. So you actually email the results to them. So that's how you're going to capture their name and email. But they want to know. I have a friend of mine, actually, we're in an accountability group and she does Bible studies with women and that's sort of her niche. And so she has a quiz that's like, are you a Martha, a Mary, or a Sarah, or a Rachel? Hannah. I don't know which ones, but she's picked like, excuse me, like 3 women in the Bible. And then you answer these questions, and based on your answers you get the results. And not only do you get those results, she gets the results. And she has said that like 50% of everyone are Marthas. And so anyway, it's very interesting. I have not used this, but I am seeing this as a trend going on. And so if you want to get pop on the good quick up and coming trend, do quizzes. So we have PDFs, something that's written. We have videos. The other thing you could do here is audios. I didn't write that out, but you may be better at audios, like a podcast, or a quiz would be another one. But how do we decide which one is best for you? Okay, and what should the topic be? So let's talk about some questions that you need to answer. First of all, who is your ideal customer? Y'all probably get tired of me saying this, but who is your person? And write, if you haven't written that out, write that out in as much detail. Like I know my ages. It's like 25 to 46 or 47. That is it. It is female. There are men that follow me, but I would say 95% of them are women. Obviously they homeschool, but usually they're Christians. They may not be, but so there, I know exactly. And so, not once you know who your ideal customer is, you need to think, what is their biggest problem, and how can I solve that problem? However, I solve that problem, we will give that information. You're solving their problem. So we have PDFs, videos, or quizzes. I already told you one of my things for, I'll tell you another one that I did. One of my mom's biggest problems is organizing, being overwhelmed, scheduling, knowing how to do that. Well, at the beginning of the year, to lead into our leadership launch, this is not in here, it's a bonus item, bonus one. I am going to do a 5-day challenge on how to, or a 5-day challenge on scheduling your homeschool in 2022. And it'll be a boot camp all the way through. And every day there will be one thing they have to do to accomplish it. And then at the end, they get a little, I don't know, icon or something. They can say they finished it. So that's a bonus one. That's their problem. That's how I'm solving it. The video course, same thing. I will make this 3-part video. It will always relate to how do I reduce the overwhelm, reduce the stress by using leadership education. So I know their ants, I know what I want to sell them eventually, but I've got to solve their problem first. Maybe you are in the nutrition or you're losing weight kind of problem. And if that's the case, their problem is how to lose weight. They probably already tried a bazillion diets and exercise and all of this. What is your solution? And you don't want to give them everything. You want to hold some stuff back. So there's a gap between the freebie and whatever you're going to sell. But maybe it is 3 videos. One's a nutrition, one's an exercise, and the other is mindset. Because let me tell you, a lot of everyone's problem starts right up here in their mind. Maybe it's that. Or maybe it's a checklist of something that they need to do every morning. Whatever, I don't know, I'm just making some of this up, but you could do just a 1-pager checklist, and that would be a PDF that solves their problem on losing weight. So you can see this can apply in all niches. Now, the last thing, to me, this is probably the most important thing in choosing these. Yes, you're going to solve their problem. Any of these could solve their problem. What is your personality? What is the easiest thing for you to create and you to offer? That's what you want to look for. I'm going to tell you right now, this is where I am right now, videos. Like I planned this thing right here out of my head in about, I put the event on Facebook, I sent the email out, and then I made my outline. It took me 20 minutes. This is where I am. Now, I will tell you today, I did one in my homeschool group on the second week of Advent on peace. It took me an hour, hour and a half to plan. The reason is I was doing research and I was looking up some verses and trying to connect some of those dots on how do we get peace in our hearts, with our kids, even in the world. Where do we start? That one took a little bit longer, but I can pretty much crank these out. But even if you could crank one out in an hour and a half, that's pretty good. Now, PDFs, I'm going to give you one last little thing that you could do. Did you know that if you are not like PDF expert, like make it look pretty. Like I could do that, but it takes me hours, and I have so many free courses on how to develop those PDFs. So they look. I want to do it so it looks pretty, and so people like it. You can hire someone. And if y'all need some names, you just contact me and I will point you in the right direction. But you can hire someone to create your PDF and make it look pretty. That's what I've done. There are also things called PLR, private label rights. And it may be an exclusive and you actually get it. That's exclusive. But most PLR is either non exclusive or semi exclusive. Some of the PDFs, like the one that I just released today for our Christmas celebration bundle, it's Advent Wreath Printable, is a semi. That means the owner puts it in her Etsy store, and then 5 other people have access to it. But the cover looks different on every single one of them. The insides are the same, and so I will do that, and I will hire people to actually create my PDF. So think about that. There goes my. Won't be using that whiteboard anymore. So think about that. Which one? Take a minute and just write down. Leave a comment right here, just off the top of your head. What is your personality? Is it a PDF? Is it a video? Is it a quiz? Maybe it's a 5-day challenge, which is a lot more involved because that involves coming up with the challenge, creating emails, creating Facebook Lives through the whole. That's a very advanced technique. But that is one. There's lots of others too, but the first 3 I think are easy to get started with. PDF, 2 or 3 part videos, or use the quiz and just go to the software and you fill in your questions and they fill in their answers. Which one will you start with? Leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking today. So that's all I have. If y'all have questions about Lead Magnet, leave a comment here too. I'll be back checking with it. Thank you for spending time with me. I am Carrie Beck with FamilyEbiz.com. Y'all have a great day and Merry Christmas.